Good evening and welcome to another hobby hangout on Saturday Night Reaver, or Saturday Night Direwolf in fact. We're continuing with the Direwolves that I started on Wednesday. I have done some extra bits with them, so the weapons also, as I said, I've clipped off half of the bits there. So they just easily just snip in, snip out. So nice and easy and straightforward. These are magnetised, as we did the other day. But yeah, that's how we are going at the moment. We are working on bases. So I got these started a couple of hours ago. So they are basically ready for the next phase. In the meantime, I had been doing some dystopian war stuff, so off camera there I've got several warships. Ready to rock and roll. But anyway, I'll just continue as I was doing already before going live. That's that sorted. He says. Hey there, Jack. How are you? Sorry, I just had a message just come through. I'm just replying to. Yes, so we are, well, the plan is to continue doing these bases here, painting these up for the two little doggos to actually sit on and do their thing. Made a start. These are only literally been built about 2 hours ago, and they've been primed, and I've just done some of the silver. I've just got to do the next phase, which is standard Mechanicus grey over the base. Find an appropriate brush for doing that. Are you working on anything this evening? Just chilling? Sorry, pardon my French. Get these two keys out of the way, or parley. That is just standard Mechanicus grey. Bettinel will be trying to rescue a couple of Reavers and Moorhounds. Alright, were they like eBay purchases or previous projects that you're taking up and redoing? So in my collection there are a couple. Biostrip. Good old Biostrip. I've done a couple of rescue jobs, but they were purchases over the course of the years in my my adventures with Titans. And yeah, sometimes, like, you know, it's obviously just people just getting out of the hobby, or, you know, sometimes you just find, right, yeah, they might have made a bit of a cock up somewhere, and just wanted to get rid. So I've had to like strip apart a couple of like legs to reposition them on a few in the past, and then obviously get them painted to however I wanted them to be. But I do find I do prefer just having, like, you know, if somebody has built Titans, or the most parts have assembled them at least, even if they haven't attached like the legs, I'm cool with that. I'll work with that, and I just go with and get some paint on them. They'll turn out the same at the end, so that's the main part. And say with these bases, it is just literally just random bits of the scenery kits. So we've got some of the new bits from the latest Ruins kit. Right, yeah. So we get this as our base coat, which is the standard Mechanicus grey. And once that's dry, we'll be doing Tyrant Skull, dry brush, and of course some ink cracks. It's very straightforward, simple. You sometimes do like a few extra like grey mixes into the whole shebang, really, just to get the colorations right to match all the other Titans I've based in the same method. This is the first time for a Titan, or Titans in this case, I've actually used the new Legions bases. My last few Titans were on like the Gryphonicus They're all on the old AT bases. So I kept them all the same. These are the first ones with the LI bases because I don't have any more of the standard old style AT bases. So these are going to be fairly unique. What Lejo's you doing? So we have neutron lasers, we have the volcano cannons, we have the sea beamers as well. So with these plastic kits, for what you're getting, like 2 for the price of the old 1 resin versions, but then they only had 1 weapon with the resin ones. So at least now you've got options. I was saying on Wednesday night stream that it seems odd, obviously they put mag points in on these. For not to utilise that is a little bit of I'm not short-sightedness, but it would be a shame if they don't utilise the mag points, because these guys, if you could have them with swarmer missiles, then they would be freaking awesome. Well, even more awesome. Oh, hello, Abyss. Greetings and salutations, Princep. Defensor, nice. They were a Legio that I was considering many times of doing, but I never got round to them. Apart from doing like a dead one on a base once, when I was experimenting. Because what I do when you get a lot of parts with these kits, so I would do little test schemes on like spare carapaces, and then utilise them for dead titans on your on the base. So, and Arnold, good evening to you too, Princeps. So 3 Princeps tonight. We're doing well. How's your adventures going, buddy? You still having fun? Sorting out everything, plotting and planning. Right, what have we got? So on these, got to move the weapons out of the way. Yeah. Oh, you fixed the terminal box problem. Ah, cool. So was that you've printed off another one, or you've got them to send you out one, or have you burgled somebody for it? What have you done to resolve the situation of the one terminal in the Direwolves? I'm selling one of the Direwolves, leaving me with the terminal out. That's fair. You know, something you can do, and although, you know, in a lot of case, you know, if you've got a couple of armies on the go, then it's not too bad, because you're not really going to field lots of direwolves, unless you're Audax. So that's where it does sort of fall down. But it's you know, one of those things where it just seems odd why they only put one in the box. You know, it would have been nice to have two in the box, seeing as there's two bloody models, but they didn't. So again, we have to question what the hell they're doing up at GW. Just, it is a strange move not to have. It could very well have been a oversight, and as I said, in most cases, because it's a support Titan, unless you're Audax, you're generally only having one per mana pool. So one. It falls down as if you're basically using all your Titans for a friendly game or an intro game, and you've only got the one terminal between the two. That's the issue. There's only a few legios that can field more than one dog. Exactly. So unless you're doing like a 1750 point game and you field like minimal, like I would say minimal like lupricals, you know, just warhounds, two lots of them, then you could have two of them, I think. I think that would work out in 1750. You can't go like with like Reavers in there as well, I don't think. What I was saying that, no, if you had like Ferox or Venators mana pools, then two of them would almost be like 1500 points, and you might only not even get one of these. So yeah, this is, it is troubling, but what's new? There's always something going on. If they want to put me on, you know, the payroll as an advisor, overseer to these things and what they should be doing, I'm more than happy to do that. You know, have me on retainer. They show me what they want to do. I go, right, yes, that's fine, and then go ahead, because it is just, it spoils things for hobbyists. Not having the stuff, you know, all these delays in kits and everything, it is silly, and they're never producing enough. They don't have storage, so they know what the problems are. They just need to address them, basically. Tonight's soundtrack is basically Dune Part 2. So I recently rewatched it. I basically bought it on Amazon Prime, so I can enjoy that to my heart's content. I don't feel that I'd probably watch it as much as Dune Part 1. Dune Part 1 I absolutely adore. So all doing Titans this weekend, I'm assuming. Those are hanging out and hobbying. Abyss, your collection is I was watching your reel earlier on. Or was it a story? I can't remember. One of the two. Showing off your models and your legios. Very cool. Very mellow. Not want to say haunting tune, but you know, whimsical. It's full of whimsy, mystery, softness, sadness. Well, it is a good film, so if you haven't seen it, you'll enjoy it. Adding some Wraith bone. Into the structures. But then I'm also going to add in some grey in a sec. What's that? Hello. You. I'm the reprobate. You, sir, are a harvester of irises and corneas and retinal fluid because you like the look of it. How are you, buddy? You all groovy? I hope you are. Get some red paint. So Mephiston, I'm using Mephiston Air. because absolutely muttering it. Yeah. I'm doing well, just tidying up after dinner and then Hobby himself. Ah, awesome. Well, you're always welcome to hang out here until obviously the others turn up. I think that barrel needs to be a different colour actually. So as if I haven't got tons of metallic blue. The nearest one I'll have to do. Yeah, it seems silly having like all this red and yeah. It's a bit stupid. No, I was talking about when others go into the chat. You won't want to hang out here. I'm a pragmatist. I know what it's all about. And all my real friends are here already. That's you guys. Hey you guys. Right, what do I do with Agrax? Agrax. I'm getting short on Agrax, which is never good because I need it. That's the empty. That's almost empty. That's almost empty. Well, that is empty technically. That's something completely different that I made up. A new pot, how's that? Just giving brushes. I'm dropping things on the brushes I need. Looking for the right old brush. He says, oh, that'll do. Got it. When you're doing your bases, you just keep them simple. Like, you can obviously add detail to them after the fact, but just get the wash on so it can start to dry, and you can start worrying about everything else from there. This is watered down Agrax, because that's my go-to. Maybe they're going a little bit chilly. Inside. Sort this out a sec. Ooh. Turn the radiators on. Yes. Alright. dash chilling reserve and still here. Oh, ye little faith. Ah, oh, that is very nice of you. And give a little wave to Gretag. So I'm adding both the mix and the neat agrax on here to literally just mix it up. There's the box. Oh, there's the box. And we'll put these in a box like pretty much cardboard box. I'm sticking that just over there next to the radiator, so the heat will help dry them out. Cunning. While we're there, actually, do these little buggers. So these are what else I was working on before coming live. Well, these plus another 2 Scandinavian ships, 4 submarines, 4 escorts, some bases as well. So. These are ships from the Raj faction, sub-faction of the Crown, the Indian fleets. Godavari, literal cruisers, so basically landing ships, because they are introducing the armoured clash later on this year. Sorry about a little boost there. Messy, yes. But needs to be done. Hello, Greta. What are you two working on tonight, anyway? Are you still doing that Black Templar dude, Greta? There's that. Got my sister Tariana Palos on the go again, but the end is finally in sight. Templar dude is done. Building sword preference. Nice. How big's your is your plans for your Black Templars? You just doing like the main sort of characters or other bits as well? These are the other ships I was working on. Angerbander, I think they are. They're a carrier. They have little submarines in the back, which are quite nasty. Actually, I'll pause that because I need to do some gold. Do some gold. Got about 1k of them if I can still stand to paint them up. I might get more. But wish I can. Well, when I've done sort of like army projects like that, I'll obviously go through a phase of painting stuff. But then I will go and do like a little sorbet project just to break up the monotony, because that's what kills projects. So just to get it out and do something completely different. To sort of take the edge off. So these guys actually, my second faction, well, playable faction, because originally I was doing the Crown, we were like the sort of the British Empire. These guys are part of the they're the Scandinavians basically, part of the Imperium, which is the sort of Germanic people, because this is like set in like the 1880s, but imagine Wakanda was a worldwide thing and everyone's basically utilising sturgeon, this mineral, to help produce these like advanced warships and technology and stuff. And you've got like all the players of the great game doing their own things. So that's what these guys are doing. But they have another sort of outlet that they'd also have mercenary fleets called the Scions of Jutland. So you can field them independently as allies to other factions, because they're a mercenary formation. So they have all the same ships, but not, obviously you don't have access to the German ships unless you're fielding the Imperium, and then you can have these as part of the Imperium, or the Scions as mercenary allies. So yeah, I've been moving between these and Warriors of Chaos for the old world, I think. Yeah, so it's totally different away from all that sort of black, red cloth, and white. So yeah, it's good move. Evening Doc, evening Anti-Gizmo. How are you, buddy? Oh yeah, Anti-Gizmo. If you are in the mood for any Gunpla, I don't know if you do follow. Do you follow me on Instagram? I did share a story earlier on, or it might have been yesterday. Rivals Corner doing like a 1 year anniversary sort of thing, where if you order stuff, you do get from them, like Gundam stuff obviously, you do get put into a drawer for some other stuff, but you might also get little bonus bits thrown into your order as well, obviously. So if you were thinking about getting hold of some Gunpla, it's worth a try. You never know. Might get lucky. Say it to everyone. Yeah, you might get lucky. You might get lucky. You might not. I know. But you might. Yeah, they're still drying. So let's give these guys going over. How's your week been anyway, Gizmo? About to anything interesting? Let's get these. My old mess. But awesome mess. So this little bit more drying on that, so I might as well get these Fenrir attack subs, which, as previous viewers will know, I absolutely love these guys because they're one piece. The other secret about Dystopian Wars is you don't have to paint the bottoms. Because you're not going to see them. I'm sure there's people that will do. Box. No capsize rule in Dystopian Wars. Unplayable. Shut up. Oh, pardon me. Capsizing for wusses. You go in, you sink the crap out of things, or blow them up. None of this capsizing malarkey. Hashtag real men paint bombs. There's one, two ship, and two other. Focus. Fireworks tonight, that's different. Is tonight anything special? for cock's sake. It's getting ridiculous, I tell you. Whew. Just making sure I had the right colour. I realised I hadn't actually written down what the recipe was for these dudes. I knew what the other guys were. But a Godavari I had very limited, so I was just like, could it be this? Could it? Could it be? Right. It's just neat agrax. Yeah. Yes. It is good. Look at those Imperial Eagles standing out, looking groovy. Working. It's all coming to plan. Don't worry. Don't panic. I'm not panicking. You're not panicking. We're not panicking. It's fine. Super glue. Right, now, fun time. the dollop of super glue into the pre-prepared areas on the base. Now, with the super glue in place, this suspicious white powder goes on. This is bicarbonate of soda, so this will lock it all into place. So that's all locked in. Put it to one side. Wish I had a credit card. Back into the pot. Waste not, want not. I'll let that one dry a little bit more quickly before attaching that one. Add a bit more. Brush off the excess. So you can see how it's coated. once you brush that white stuff away, it's a lot clearer. And get the old aggregates back into play. Just add that so it helps to blend it in again. So that's all locked into place and done, did it, done, done, done. Next victim. And same again. Get that back into things like the pot. And that way you preserve the amount of bicarbonate soda you have. It's not that it's... Actually, I'm going to put that into the top up into the sand pot. Sandy mix. So as you can see, you've got different like bits of plastic, rock, well, cork rock, sand, and bicarbonate soda. There is actually a video on the channel where it is about 20 minutes, but it's obviously mostly like faffing around. Actually doing a base for a Warhound and showing you how it all comes together and what you do to do these. So this is just another variant on that video. Securely based badass. And then back to egg racks. Sure to clean the head of that super glue because those ones are a bit, you know, they're nice and cheap. Like these from, well, I get these from a local place called EFA in Southend, well, Rochford. These are Screwfix sort of thing, similar prices, same consistency, same glue basically. Packaged differently, but if these knock over, fall over onto the side or whatever, then yeah, they have a tendency to sort of seep and get a little bit messy, and you can't open the bloody things. Two dead-ends, which can't. Why is this bloody thing so bloody? Oh god! Focus, camera, focus. Was it something I said? There you go. So, simples. Dirtied up, glued into place. If he could ever bloody focus, God, monkeys. There you go, it's better. Yeah, that's better. And then it just goes blur. Pop. Pop, 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 pop. Volcano cannon. Oh. Neutron laser. whatever floats your boat. So, yeah. A window, bit of venting. Like an Imperial Knight. It's weird having a window there. But obviously the dudes in the back just like, hey, I want to see a bit of sky. Yeah, through the fucking volcano cannon. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Do some trim. So trim. The edge. So always paint the edges black. It's the rules. It says. Ordinarily I would have done this with a flat brush, but no flash brush. Probably going to need 2 coats on this. No matter how sort of tidy and neat you go. Yeah. Yeah. So that's 1. So the second one. The biggest mystery to me though is why we've only got, well, they're single barreled, I guess. Yeah. Right. I just need to dry. Well, 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 there's a badger at the door. So, and another 2 Legio Audax. So that's me up to 18 now. I've got... What have I got outstanding? I've got another 2 of these, but they, well, I've got, oh, it's so tricky. You know, maybe I should, just, I was going to put the next 2 into Gryphonicus to sort of bolster up their numbers a bit, give them 2, but don't really need 2, just maybe need 1. And then that would mean I would have 4 of these. So I've already got a resin one plus another one of plastic, and then I could field 4 mana pools with 4 hounds in each and 1 direwolf in each, if I was to do a big game like that. Now that makes sense now, doesn't it, really, thinking about it? So yeah, maybe I should do that. Whilst he has a scratch of the old head. What are you up to, Badger? You up to titanings? You're building some more titans? I'm feeling a little bit tricksy now, because still tricksy. No. Fuck it. I'm committing. I'm going in. Not that you have a clue. Oh. Thank you very much. That was unintentional. The red doesn't feel right, so we'll use that as a base for the yellow. Crazy, I know, but I'm a crazy guy. I noticed that. Stay red though. Just gotten home. I'm continuing work on the War Master. Nice. I've almost finished building my first plastic direwolf. I did with only stabbing myself in both thumbs. Well done. Don't go like half-ass, go full-ass. these are little ground assault things for dystopian wars. Or SRS as they're called. So these are what the those ships can drop off. If you park near to a island or landmass, these can hop off and then go and attack enemy units that are on the island or facilities. So this is busy. You know, I feel this is probably the most productive I've been for a while, really. So I've done prep previously. I've built ships, and they were sitting there waiting to be worked on. And now that I am whizzy through them. These always use the same method for all the ships, or even flying units, because you have to have watery bases because they are watery bases. Sorry. How many turns did we manage at the walk last week? I take it was better than running at Warhammer Fest. Warhammer Fest was, obviously I wasn't there for that, but I know all of the what happened was discussed afterwards. Luckily we had Laura, who is one of our members, partners, come down, and she was basically doing a lot of like front of house sort of type thing, and even went out on like a sandwich run for people to sort of get them, you know, so they had something to eat, which is kind of important when you're doing this. And also brought round like bottles of water as well, so that's more than they had for the first like day and a half of Warhammer Fest, because obviously it was a couple of days they were there doing games from 7 until 7. Well, they had to be on site before it actually started, so they had to be playing a game as the doors opened, and weren't allowed to sort of like finish until 7. But there was no support given by Warhammer or GW, not until one of the members basically called one of the community team and made the point that these people are down here, the volunteers, they weren't paid to attend. It's great to attend some of these sort of events, but as far as, and I'm not just saying it was a bias, but from what I've seen from people that attended the fest, like all the influencers and all that sort of stuff, they all said that was one of the best things about Warhammer Fest, because it was a giant clusterfuck. That was one of the best things that was there, because, you know, nobody gets to see like Titans in the wild that often, sort of thing, and having a group of people that were willing to chat and, you know, discuss things, you know, promote Titans, you know, it's a big price ticket option. I'm sure there's people that went there and went for, oh, I'm going to buy one because they've seen it, sort of thing. So yeah, you know, it cost the club money, you know, for hiring vehicles to get up to Manchester, and obviously people staying there as well. So it's not cheap to do these events, you know, on a person to person scale, because you got to go from one part of the country to another, and you're putting on a show as such, you know, and yeah, there was no support at all. Whereas everyone else there were corporate, we weren't. So you would have thought that might have thought of doing something. Even if it was just as, like, you know, well, eventually they did sort of bring out some bottles of water, like bottles of water and stuff for people, But you know, if it wasn't again for Laura, then Rob's other half, then you know we wouldn't have anyone to. You would literally would have to have gone tools down so people could actually walk away and get food, sort of thing. Again, out of their own pocket. So yeah, Salute was. I say we've learned a valuable lesson there that we have to fend for ourselves, and there was no misgivings with Salute. Again, we were invited to Salute, or we I don't know. I think we were invited. I can't remember now. But yeah, so you know we knew what it was about, and we could advise people accordingly. And it was only a 1-day event as well, so that's a big thing, not a 3-day event. But those people that participated, that was staying over, they enjoyed themselves. I enjoyed myself, and we got a couple of turns. Obviously, we're dealing with the public, so people coming over asking questions. So that does sort of disrupt the flow. But again, because we was in 3 different battles. In my battle. We won. We killed more times and stuff. So yeah, there were certain things that weren't resolved as well, and again, because we were, you know, experiment with rules as well. It was a bit fun. The Placid Painter, hey, hello. Finally added Warbringer Nemesis and War Master Titans to collection. Nice. The War Master, you're looking like my first one, which I built, was my first sort of live streams as well, actually. That I built. It was two live streams. They can take time. Again, it's a new thing. But I think in total the first one from start to completion was about 15 hours work to get it sorted out. So most of that was building. The first stream was like a 5-hour stream, and that was got the majority of the body done. So legs, torso, head. It wasn't. Yeah, I didn't get the weapons done. So they went on to the second one, and then it was getting it sprayed and base coated and everything from there. My Imperator is going to take the longest time of all my. Well, yeah, I take it was the Walking Cathedral print one, wasn't it? Or were you kit bashing? Because I've seen several in the wild recently. bit of it stands out more. I do like the look of the version of it, so. They do look a little bit more awesome. I'm still not a massive fan of the gun plates though. Good evening. Pretend I've been here since the start. I'm not late. How's everyone this evening? Kenneth is never late. He arrives exactly when he means to. Yeah. I think is Tickety Boo. So these are 17th and 18th Audax engine of the collection. So there will be, as decided earlier on before you showed up, there will be another Direwolf and another Warhound added to take us up to 20 engines, but that'll be 16 Warhounds and 4 Direwolves. trying to remember, is there enough to take down an Imperator? Probably not. You would need at least a full mana pool, and they need to all have Ursus Claws. Probably double Ursus Claws. Even in the one time we've seen first time we've seen Audax with Ursus Claws was Betrayer, when they brought down a Imperator, but there was about 12 Warhounds. There was like a couple of packs basically just headed off, met it as it came out of its coffin ship, immediately shot its plasma annihilator, and then eventually brought them down. I actually went up against Ursus Claws at the salute. I kind of wish I actually knew their rules, because it would have made a huge difference to the outcome of the game. Well, it would have made more of a difference, because when you fire your Ursus Claws into somebody, you add up the strength of the weapon to the amount of Ursus Claws firing, and then you roll a dice, and if you beat the armor or the size of the vehicle or the Titan, then you've basically snagged it. You cause some damage, and yeah, it's not nice. However, if you roll the dice and you roll a 1, then it's bad for the firer. So each Titan that was adding in, collaborating, takes 2 damage to the legs. Does take a devastating hit to the legs, sorry, and then each weapon takes a strength 7 hit, and you have to roll your obviously dice. If you roll a 9, then that weapon is basically disabled, but they're specialized. Sorry, I had to specialized keyword. So that means if they are deactivated, well, basically if they're disabled, they are destroyed. You cannot repair them. And that happened. First attack they did, he rolled a 1. Now I just thought, well, it doesn't have an effect, which it doesn't to me, but it was the effects to them that wasn't taken into account. No, like, you know, and yeah, because then those weapons were used again in the following turn and absolutely decimated one of my warhounds. So yeah. Not impressed. And that was a bit of a Ooh. Doing some heat bloom on the weapons. These ones are Scandinavian / scions of Jutland. So they're part of the Imperium faction if you're playing them as Scandies, or if you're playing them as Scions of Jutland, they're a mercenary unit. So you can ally them with any fleet. Because I got sent obviously ships for various fleets over the past year and a bit. Actually, it's my year anniversary really of being a war host almost, and so I was saying earlier on, like the fleets that I chose was the Crown, which are basically like British Empire in those days, and I chose the Alliance as my other one, which are basically like France, Spain, Italy, that sort of posse. Also, there are alliance in South America. So, yeah, Brazil side of things. And so yeah, I've got my Valhalla battle fleet sent through, and I whizzed through them. I painted them in like a week, an entire box from start to finish. So build, paint, and deploy. So they technically became my second fleet because I've only built aircraft carriers and no support ships for the other two. So yeah, I actually really do like her. I played them at the my first tournament that I went to, and won both my games. But even though I was the only person to win both their games, somebody won one of their games with like loads more points. So I missed out on first place. But I was happy. I won like most chivalrous player, which I thought was awesome. So that's them. It is a fun game. Still learning it. Can't really do much with these guys because I need to get the ships out so I can match the schemes. So, but that's the basic gist on them. Same with the escorts, really. There you go for it, painting. How are you? It's, we're doing a bit of a mix of painting today. It's the way we're rolling, really. Up to what's on the paint table today? So far we've completed the bases on the 2 direwolves, you can see there. also we're doing quite well with the ships. I'd had these built the other week. I built them, but I started painting them tonight. So that's good. Oh. Getting these shield generators done on the front of these. Looks you can't find. Whoop. Try not to catch the falling scalpel. That could have been nasty. A bit frustrating. Well, I had the magnets around somewhere. Good night, gents. Just for you, I remember the press. Smiley face. Thank you. Good night, gents. I'm going to try some horizontal positions for a couple of hours. Well, thanks for dropping by, buddy. Enjoy your snooze. Protagon had left me alone in the chat, so my undivided attention is now yours once more. Ah, I'm glad that I'm your fallback. Scalpel. Excellent, he says. So yeah, there's little holes here. So these are a 2 mil wide magnet that I am sticking into the hole. Excellent. 3 more majestic turrets, even better. Over there. What's that? Ouch. or German, Scandinavians coming along, doing all right. Yeah, I might have to get a drink in a minute, so just letting you guys know. Very much so. And those last two were the Crown Godavari littoral cruisers, and obviously, well, the green ones are the Scandies. Did I put? What's that? So, oh, there it is. Where's your back? give it a go. Call it. So yes, yeah. So I'm going to end the stream. Yeah, been quite productive, as you can see. Several seaworthy vessels. The finishing of the Direwolves, which was the main focus for today, and yeah, it's been pretty good session. And as I say, thank you all for hanging out again, and I'll catch up with you all again soon, hopefully. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing, and look forward to seeing your stuff on socials. And yeah, take it easy, be good, and be groovy. Until next time, adios muchachos, and happy hobbying.